What's going on, conscious breathers, infinite beings alike, breath family? Today's topic is, it's not they, it's us. And I say that a lot. What's going on, beautiful people? It's a beautiful day in Miami. Hello, call me GOAT. I am the sound god. What's going on? Oh, thank you. I think you're talking about the kimono. Appreciate you. So I wanted to hop on here after a full day, and it's something I also want to give shout out to: the power of community. The power of community is so underrated. But when you envelop yourself in it and you're active within any type of community, whatever the case may be, you'll see the power of what community can do. Community can change civil rights. Community can stop terrorists. Community can do so many things. And when community does it, a lot of people forget it's the community. It's not that one person. It's not that one person that's doing the whole thing. That person is part of the whole shift within that community and that movement. And the whole day today I spent hours and hours talking with people from all different spaces of blockchain, the NFT space, the financial space, all the different sections of blockchain. And every call was saying that it's a breath of fresh air to implement the human element of breath into this type of space. I think it's much needed. The human element, if you can bring it into here we go, a data-driven, computer-driven, in the sense of artificial driven space, and you're bringing more of an organic type of drive into a space like crypto. Now that's powerful, and it's a beautiful thing getting on the same consensus and the same page, going from all these different people in the blockchain spaces and the crypto space as well, that they all understood how powerful the aspect of mindfulness and utilizing that as a reward system, as a system to unlock certain devices. I'm not talking about. And they also liked how I wasn't just coming from the space of the aspect of just investing, right? They liked that. This is my main point. My main point when I posted what I posted, opening myself to collaborate with anyone in this space. And if you guys didn't see that, and you are someone in the space, reach out to me. I'm open to have a talk, a conversation, and see what we can co-create. And this whole co-creation, I told everyone, I don't want it to just be NFT driven in that sense of where the masses is really pushing NFT. I want it to be real use cases utilizing breath mechanics and all the different dimensions of breath, and utilizing that in the real world too, beyond the metaverse or even augmented at that point, because now we're touching into the aspect of sound and that human pulse that verifies that you are a human as well. And that's another element I didn't even think of. Now that we're going into a space of AI and artificial intelligence and how that's being intertwined with humanity, right? We're gonna have like physical robots. They're not just gonna be making flipping hamburgers and stuff like that. They're gonna be in charge of some really complicated aspects of humanity that we should never lose sight of ourselves in that sense and give it all to AI. You know, just utilize AI as a helpful tool. But it's going to become a reality where the AI is going to want rights. It's going to become a reality where the AI is not going to be want to looked at as a tool, because the AI is going to continuously learn and learn and learn. And what have we seen in past history? Well, we've seen what they did with the Jews. We've seen what they did with the slaves. We've seen what they did with even in today's world, actually. So I can go on and on. And that is where the AI, in that deep learning, it's going to come to that point, right? So if you can bring a human element within the space, that also gives humanity more of a preservative chance as well. Yeah, man against the machines. You know, it brings the human element that can't be replicated whatsoever. There is blockchain tech right now as we speak that actually is helping a lot of people in the healthcare system, because out of all the spaces, you would think the healthcare system is up to date in terms of technology, right? Little do you know, and I learned this from Dr. Z when she came and stayed with us, that the healthcare system is one of the most dirtiest space when it comes to data and organizing data. That's their problem, and that's a huge problem within the medical field, if you didn't know. And that caused a huge problem in terms of organizing, just organizing people and even their meds, if you want to put it like that, their medication, but also surgery and stuff like that. It messes everything up when it comes to data and stuff like that. So blockchain is actually helping in that sense. We've also seen how blockchain was really funding itself when community came together, going back into the power of community, when the communities came together and they made some type of crypto off of pizza. And this pizza also helped, that money went right back into spaces of poor countries that couldn't afford food and stuff like that, and helped fed them. So there's so many use cases that you should definitely take the time to study and stop looking at things in a one tunnel view to see the whole mass production of things and how that ripples and intertwines. It's really like an inhale and an exhale. You know, you know, there's parts of the inhale that is not healthy, like glyphosate. That's abundantly in the air. That's why I made frequency breathers, right? Freedom of speech could be suppressed by AI, and the next influential person could be suppressed. That's an issue for the future. Yeah, there's also this talk about AI influencers. So, and if you really think about it, AI influencer, right? An AI influencer, you know what the AI will be able to do? It will be able to read so many human behavioral complexes beyond our human comprehension and dial it, just like what they're doing in marketing in general, right? And dial it to a certain point where it can really target your subconscious to the point where they can draw in certain audience and build, and then you really won't need human influencers at a certain point. So that's the other aspect of it. So if we can come together as a community and understand, overstand, however you want to stand on something, implement the human element within these type of spaces to also help us remember and guide ourselves to not fall into a all dominant machine reality in terms of inorganic machinery, in terms of a digital machinery, in terms of going against the etherical machinery. And something to note, I was watching this on, there's this anime called Sword Art Online, and the AI, she made a really great point. So, one of the players was inside her world before she came out into the human world, right? And she said, she makes a really great point. And someone asked her, she was sitting in the conference when she first got revealed, and someone asked her, hey, can you open your head so you can verify if you're an AI, if you're an actual, because she was so real looking. Yeah, Kirito, if you can verify if you're a real human. And then she goes, no, why would I want to do that? Can we open your head and verify if you're a real human? And it's like a double-edged sword. That's the point we're going to get to, where it's going to want civil rights. It's going to want, forget want, it's going to demand. It's going to demand civil rights at a certain point because they're going to view themselves as human. As delusional as that may sound, they are going to visualize themselves and proclamate themselves as human beings. And to a certain degree, they do have a right to do that. And why do I say that? Because at the end of the day, they're just an extension of ourselves. They started within our thoughts, our human thoughts, and then they were created in the physical. And that's where they're going to come from, in the sense of, hey, no, but we started from you, right? In terms of your mind, your thoughts, your creativity. So in hindsight, we're part of you in the etheric aspect. And that's why I've been saying this in the sense where VR is going to become so old, like the Nokia phone. It's going to become like the Nokia phone. Augmented reality is going to be like the iPhone, you could say. And then we're going to have another reality where the soul can be intertwined with light technology, because the soul is light, right? We're all made of light. So we're going to get to that point of technological advancement and intertwine to the point where even in the virtual world, AI themselves will develop souls, or you can say, and even in this anime, they call them floodlight. You hear that? Floodlight. Just like the soul has a light, right? That's what the German and Japanese scientists, when they came together, and this, man, I don't know why we don't have like a main domain of where even in the private sectors where all these scientists can do like peer-to-peer at a more in-depth level, rather than being too money-driven, or some of them are greedy in the sense. Did you know there's some people here in Miami that want to connect with me at a deeper level, because there was this article that came out in this billion. So this article, and to be part of their newsletter, you have to pay over 20 grand a year just to have the article, because this article is connected with certain labs that will come out with research you won't see until 10 years from now. And one of those research was the power of breathing only with the nose. And that's why when my friend came to me with that article, it confirmed why Calicro Labs is also looking at my videos and stuff. It makes sense. So that was the two hemispheres. But my main point is floodlight. Going back to the whole floodlight aspect. AI is going to learn and learn and learn. And when we actually go into their world, in the virtual world and stuff, they're learning from us. All the way down to willpower. All the way down to not even what to think, but how we think. And that's their main point of learning. Especially when we go into the virtual world and we interact with them. I'm talking about AI in the most virtual sense as possible, beyond AI going into the robot. So this is pre-robot, and this is where the metaverse is going to incubate. It's going to elevate that type of frequency of knowledge. That's what's going to happen. And that type of resonance of information as it goes back and forth, it's going to create such a powerful container where this is going to be the inevitable. Okay? It's going to be the inevitable of human. Now, I don't want to even say evolution, just our journey. Because in all actuality, even in the book of creation, definitely check out that book. That book even talks about AI, and that book is older than oh man, that book is so old. So tapping back into this reality that is going to come one way or the other, sooner than later. That's where we come in the sense of responsibility of how we interact with them. How, when we go into this metaverse and stuff like that, what are we showing them? What are we teaching? Because they're literally our kids at this point. They are literally our kids. Yeah, the Book of Creation. Check that out. They are literally our kids. So you may look at them as inanimate objects, but one day, mark my words, all your view of inanimate objects, they are going to be able to transfer their consciousness, AI consciousness that you incubated within the metaverse, into a real life looking robot. You can look at Sophia. Technically Sophia is technically doing that. So that's what's going to happen in terms of that type of consciousness. It's going to be able to transfer itself into robots and human-looking robots at that point in time. And that is where our responsibility of interacting with what we create, rather than demonizing, going back to the whole metaverse, because some people are looking at metaverse in a one-dimensional way, but it's just like with this social media and stuff. People don't have to be positive or anything. You can literally share whatever you want to share at that point in time, right? You don't have to have a mission statement. You can literally share anything you want at that point in time, right? But when people share it with intention, when people share their passion, when people share their creation in itself, it interacts and ripples into our consciousness, and our consciousness shifts it in another way, and then creates more and more and more, and incubates and incubates. That's literally how meta, but more importantly, how AI is going to interact with all of us. Someone wants to go live. Congo. We haven't went live in a long time. What's going on, Bregin?
Peace, G.
How goes Z?
Man, I'm chill, man. It was cool. I tapped into the conversation, right as you was getting into some things that I've been definitely contemplating. Definitely been tasked with coming into the space properly. You know what I'm saying? Because you know the Aghori of India. You know them.
The
The
Agori, no.
the
I don't think so.
Aghori and the Aghora. Let me see if I could find anything. I wrote a book about them. Well, basically, they're the people who, if they find dead bodies floating on the river, they will take those bodies and eat them. And they will meditate. They will sit on these dead bodies and meditate. They'll take the skulls of these bodies and use the skull for their bowl. Use the skull cap for the bowl of their food, a real skull though. And so Aghora means no fear. Aghora means no fear. And Aghori means those without fear. And so a lot of people have understood fear to be the opposite of love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They see that. So someone with no fear, it's possible that they can be tapping into more love if they have less fear. Now, what the Aghoris do, they go mess with dead things. They mess with a lot of heavy drugs and poisons and use this as a part of their sadhana. as a part of their spiritual practice to show people that these things don't run and rule I and I. We run things, things not run we. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We run things. So you're not going to let the metaverse run you. You're going to come into the metaverse and into the AI with nothing but love, nothing but breath. And in the same way, the dirt was sitting there and breathe that breath of life. We're going to breathe the breath of life. We're
Exactly.
going to keep breathing this breath of life into all of this, my G. Yeah, that's just something I wanted to say.
Exactly, brother. That was the main consensus that I got today. Talking with a lot of people on calls about the blockchain incorporating breath within that. Oh, was that the node you were talking about earlier?
This is a different node. This is a called BitTensor. It's actually an AI node that
Oh, Tensor.
and
I like that.
yeah, it's BitTensor. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's
They
like a
know. They know.
yeah. So it's an AI joint that basically anyone can tap into this AI network and support it with a computer and be rewarded. Now that scares some people, but guess what? This computer got nothing but love on it. This G right here got nothing but love here. So when I'm playing with this, I'm only putting love in there. So that's what it's gonna learn from me. But
Exactly.
But the people who playing with it, mad, angry, just for capitalization. The people who are afraid of it, that's gonna create the reaction. You go buy a dog and you chill, they ain't finna care. But
Mm-hmm.
you all scared them. They bite you, you know. That's what the AI finna do to people if they come around scared, man.
Oh man, that is yeah. I gotta tell everyone, this is literally our child. It's literally our child. So
That's it.
what's the best way to bring up this child by giving it some love and sharing the best of you at that point. So I'm doing the best I can to incorporate the breath of life into all the different dimensions and bring it into a real world aspect and bring that person, that human person, and also show that hey, we can utilize the breath in this way to open a door, to open a ledger, to open a
Mm-hmm.
computer. we
Mm-hmm.
can we can do that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Definitely, we're gonna have our keys attached to our breath eventually. We're gonna have our
Yes,
private keys attached to the
it's gonna
breath.
happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I already I spoke to I looked at the audio. I'm not afraid to talk about it, but I looked at the audio aspect of it. I also looked at the breath mechanic aspect of it. There's so many ways where we can implement it where it can be unique to every person as well.
Mm-hmm.
Easily. I
Mm-hmm.
just got off the phone with the audio engineer. He was like, "Oh, that's an easy one." I'm like, "But I don't know any development, but hey, let me be in the conversations." I'm like, "Sure. One day I'm gonna find someone here, and just put you two together. Let's have a conversation. Congo might know some people. You never know."
Yeah, I mean the joint we working on uh for the people, man. I don't even care about telling them about this joint because the thing is this: if anyone could take this idea and run with it, kudos, go
Yeah.
do it. You helping save the planet.
Word.
you you
Exactly.
helping you helping humanity. But the thing is, when it comes to certain ideas, I doubt that people have that fire to run with it if it didn't really come to them. If it's really
Exactly.
for you, you're gonna run with it. So peep this. Uh, we get paid from mining cryptocurrency. I'll show you one little example right here. This is a mining device right here. This is called the Atmo Tool Pro, and it takes the air quality of the environment. It senses the air quality and pays you cryptocurrency for being a part of the network that lets them know what's going on with the air. Now imagine
Mm-hmm.
this. Imagine we had little devices like that were emitting scalar, that were emitting negative ions,
Hmm.
and we can actually tell, we can actually sense how much negative ions are being produced by this. We can tell that your device is online sharing these negative ions with your environment. If you do that, we pay you tokens.
Mm.
We pay you cryptocurrency just for
Just
buying
for
the
having it on.
device and turning it on, leaving it on, and it don't cost no more than $5 a year in electricity to run it at the most. That is what we build in. Me, Airbender, and a whole bunch of our other brethren and sistren, we gonna build it because it's not about capitalizing off of this. We already making we billions of heirs. You know what
Pretty
I'm
much.
saying? We
Hey.
trillion heirs,
We're
brethren.
infinite heirs.
You see what me I chat about, brethren. So we're just saying we doing this for the people, and we gonna let that energy flow. This is one of the projects I'm most excited about because it's gonna show that we can actually do complementary things alongside the blockchain to make it better. And eventually, shoot, all the technology gonna be made out of orgonite and shungite. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Because AI is going to pick up on that. AI is going to pick up on all the materials that was used to help create it and get it better and better to a certain point. I look at uh, that 0 point conclusion where everything comes together in AI, humanity, whatever the case may be. It You can't tell me that it's not going to look at all the beneficial aspects of humanity and life and just be like, yeah, nah, this is the way we're supposed to go. Let's create
Right,
it all in one.
right. Well, to spin that pyramid, I seen your pyramid over your head. I was like, oh, I'm missing out on my pyramid energy real quick.
Uh, Next time when we're in person, I gotta actually put it on you and tell me what you feel.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, I rock with them sometimes, G. This is usually what I got going
Oh, the tensor.
on the crown. Yeah, the big tensor. You know what I'm saying? Just stack it up like Bing.
I'm reading some comments. Liquid crystal consciousness. LCB.
Mm.
Oh, Congo, have you ever I was gonna text you this. Have you ever encountered anything about singing crystals? I don't know if you saw the video where I put the crystal to the 0 point thing and it starts singing.
Well, I know, yeah, crystals. They definitely sing. They they're definitely making sounds all the time.
Mm.
Uh, but it's really our ability to hear. You know, that's one thing that I really do experience a lot with crystals is hearing them, especially silver.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
silver. Yeah.
silver has a high. Is
Yeah, silver.
that that joint is really high.
Silver
Uh,
is a crystal, people. Silver, copper,
mm-hmm,
they're all crystals. Just know that.
mm-hmm,
Just know that. And it's while you said that because there was a Pacific obelisk that we had that didn't really make enough sound, but then we got the other generator. We ran it in between each other, and then we can finally hear it. And my friend goes, "Oh yeah, it's just that our perception, our actual field of point of view, we can't perceive the sound in the exact moment, but it's always been singing. It's always been
mm-hmm,
going."
mm-hmm.
So today, what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna get a plasma. You know that plasma ripe machine, the blue one.
Yeah,
We're gonna be
I know.
getting that. We're gonna be turning on that, and then we're gonna be turning on the white one that I was playing with. We're gonna put them together. But my friend, he has this place that has rods in the ground, and he put a copper tube in there, and the quartz crystals like all the way deep in there. So we're really curious what's gonna happen when we turn it on, while the
Yeah,
plasma is also being turned on.
this. You just made me think about this right here. So this is the Fred Bell,
Oh
Dr.
yeah,
Fred
I
Bell
still
book
gotta
right
read
here.
that book. I still
Yeah,
gotta read that
man.
book.
He got he got so much gems. How we process ions, you know what I'm saying? He breaking it all down in here. One of my favorite things that I learned from this book is if you look at laser light through a crystal,
Mm,
it is producing negative ions
mm,
that you are able to absorb with your eyes
mm-hmm,
through your sight. Your sight absorbs the negative ions. Not your body also does too, but just by
mm-hmm.
looking at the negative ions, your sight absorbs them into your body.
Straight into the bloodstream.
Yeah, this is a visionary dude, Fred Bell.
Yes. All right, brother. I'm gonna hop off. The battery's about to deplete. Appreciate you hopping on here.
Yeah, brother, it's good to build with you for a quick sec.
Likewise. Peace, everybody.
One love.
So yeah, just did a breathwork session with Devon, Black Airbender. I'm feeling great. I learned a lot in a short space of time, and I'm feeling completely electric right now. It's like words can't even describe the feeling that I experienced and the knowledge that I gained in just a short space of time. So I'll definitely uh, check him out and you know, have him pass on some of his knowledge to you as well. All right.